Good afternoon. As Ms. Gonzalez said, I'm Roy Feliciano, and I am part of the KIPP College team, but the persistence manager. Our job is to focus on the to and through piece. Our students, after they graduate from high school, the advisors and the persistence team will be working with them in order to face some of those academic, social, and financial challenges that they're going to encounter leaving high school and entering not just college, but entering young adulthood. I'd like to have you look at the graphs that we have. It's similar to what Mrs. Sendejas mentioned earlier, but important for us to clearly understand and see again. More students that graduate from KIPP high schools graduate than students attending traditional high schools. The middle graph shows that more students that come from KIPP high schools also matriculate in college compared to traditional high schools in the United States. And a third graph shows that KIPP students graduate twice as high as students coming from traditional high schools in the country. And referring to Mr. Sendeja's first graph, KIPP students graduate from college at a rate of 4 times as high compared to students who would attend high schools within areas where KIPP high schools are located. So partnering. Um, One of the challenges of the persistence team is that although these are KIPP students entering college, they're not our students any longer in terms of being in high school. And so this relationship that we follow from high school graduation until they walk the stage and graduate from college has to be based on trust, has to be based on positivity, has to be based on the fact that we are partnering with young adults now to help them along their college journey to reach the goal and career goals that they say that they would like to achieve. And so, how do we do this? We have what we call the benchmark process. And so, in every conversation that we have with each alum, which usually means once or twice a semester for the 4 to 5 years that they're in college, is broken up in four components. The first part of conversation will always be about why are you here? What's the purpose of you being in college? What are your dreams and aspirations? What is it that you want? And please explain it to me so that I have a better idea on how I can support you or find the people and departments that might be able to support your goal. The second component of that conversation will always end up be talking about academics. We are in college. And so we have to talk about the actual day-to-day grind of going to class. And so one of the tools we use is we bring to these conversations a degree plan. So if a student says, I'm a pre-nursing major, I'm a government major, I'm a business major, we want to go step by step so the student can see not just his or her current semester, but they can also see what classes will look like in the next 3 to 4 years in order for them to graduate. The purpose of this is to highlight to them we don't have any surprises in college. You know the next step after each semester of the classes you need to take and the sort of commitment you need to have in these courses to reach your goal. The third component is financial. We don't like to talk about money, but as adults, we all know that money is important in planning our present and our future. And so, although when their students leave high school, they've completed their financial aid um, forms and have received an award letter, one of the things that we focus on financial conversation is literacy. In terms of many of our students now, as a young adults, would say, I have a job, whether on campus or off campus. We try to uh, communicate to students that anything past 15, 17 hours a week of work is going to add stress and anxiety to their priority at this time in their lives, which is the academics. Once the students hit that third and fourth year, if they want to work 20 hours, it's a little bit easier to manage because they themselves are more comfortable with who they are and their own goals in college. Also, it's time to talk about student loans with them and to just advise when is it too much in terms of taking out loans or what other options exist out there to avoid to have to take a loan and what other scholarships they may be able to apply for. while they're in college. And currently, right now, we have a wonderful program for many of our alumni. The KIPP National Network has partnered with over 100 companies to create summer paid internships. Again, we cannot guarantee the job, but we certainly are able to guarantee access to applying for these opportunities. And the final component of our benchmark conversations fall under social emotional. We all know that regardless of wealth, where we live, who we are, our ethnicity, our age, the pandemic has hit us all very hard, and more so our young adults in college. For many of our students, they've been in college for a year now and have not had in person classrooms. And when they return home or to the dorms, they find themselves being isolated. So, one of the main factors that we focused on this year is identifying on campuses those counseling centers that our students can either set up conversations, Zoom conversations, phone conversations, or outside sources that they can have access to talk about what it feels like to be so isolated at a time in life where so many of them are socially active. So those are the four pieces that lead our conversations. Having said that, we have conversations that are on the other side very relaxed, very social, and just getting to know our young adults well and excited for them in the future that they are pursuing. Persistence advising. So here we go. While in high school, the students work with the match KTC advisors on getting them to college. On the persistence side is to making sure that every strategy and option they have to maintain themselves in college and pursuing their degrees and their goals is to help them either complete forms while they're in college or find the people that can help them. And the biggest one tends to be financial aid. And so a student who comes to us and says, I completed my financial aid application, but I still need more, we will advise them on how to appeal for further financial aid. I'm very happy, and I'm not sure if we have any parents here today that fall into this category, but we do have students that are currently undocumented. And so what that means is that they cannot apply for federal financial aid. But the good news is that we are able each year to work with a number of our students and parents to apply for TAFSA. And these are state of Texas funds that our undocumented students can apply for, do receive, and can be used to attend colleges in Texas. And that's something that so many of our parents coming into the high school and certainly in their senior year of high school did not realize. We review transcripts while they're in college. We also review, as I said, their degree plans and their grades. Not to judge them, but only to let them know that in high school you didn't have to worry about money connected with your grades, but in college, if you fall below a certain grade point average, your financial aid can be withdrawn. And so we try to make sure that this is top knowledge for the students early on so that they don't risk losing any monies that have been offered to them. Um, People think that all our students attend four-year schools, but we have many that do attend the community colleges in our four regions. And so we support them in their schools of choice, but we also have advisors that specifically work with our students in the community colleges to help them in that transition from community college associate's degree to the four-year schools of their choice. Connections to campus stakeholders. This is probably the most important part of the job for me and most enjoyable. I wish I could tutor every student. I wish I could find financial aid for every student. I wish I could do everything for all the students we have in college, but that is impossible. And so a major part of the advising team for the persistence team is to find those people, those departments on college campuses so that when a student texts us, calls us, emails us, and says, I have this issue, we can go and say, this is the person on your campus that can help you solve your problem. And we've established those relationships ahead of time in all of the major colleges, 2-year and 4-year in Texas. Finally, from time to time, each year, we are the benefit, we receive monies from private organizations to help our students that are in college. We cannot promise this, but we've been fortunate enough to have monies each year come in so that when students have expressed some deep financial need, that we've been able to help. And if not through money that we've received, certainly through other options that we're able to find for them to help. And finally, a testament to the work that KIPP has done for over 25 years and the KIPP the college team is that KIPP National, that means that the KIPP Foundation has been able to partner with the different states, over 97 colleges and universities in the United States, to partner with KIPP. For examples that you might have heard of here in Texas would be University of Texas in San Antonio, Texas Tech, University of Houston, and Texas Tech University. But we have other universities included in this list. These are universities that reach out to us and say, we want your students. We want KIPPsters to come to our colleges. It doesn't mean that they will always give them more money than other students, but generally they do receive good financial aid packages. It doesn't mean that they're going to receive extra support in terms of being favored, but they are given the support that they need to persist in college along with our support. And certainly they have departments that are willing to work with us so that students can go, can attend college, can go through college and graduate. Once again, I'm pleased to be here and to share this with you. I'd like to also share a short video of one of the students is from San Antonio, who is about to graduate 5 weeks from today. And she's doing her student teaching and will be a full teacher starting in the fall of 2021. Sonia Vasquez. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sonia Vasquez. I am from San Antonio, Texas. I am currently a senior at the University of North Texas, majoring in interdisciplinary studies with a special ed certificate. Go Mean Green. My career goal after college is to become a special education teacher in the elementary school setting. With KIPP, I've graduated from KIPP University Prep and KIPP Aspire Academy. During my time at KIPP University Prep, I received a numerous amount of support, resources, and preparation of applying for college, applying for financial aid, and just better prepare myself for what to expect life at college. With KIPP through college, I received a numerous amount of support the past 4 years during my college career. So with any questions I've had about financial needs, any questions about classes I should be taking, professors I should be looking into, and just work study, how am I going to get money from the school and stuff like that. I am very thankful that KIPP through college was there with me every step of the way during my college career, just because that was an extra resource that many people did not receive or don't receive because they didn't attend like a school like KIPP. So I'm very thankful that I was able to receive that extra resource for myself. So with KTC support and the support from my UNT professors, I will be graduating May 2021, so very soon. And again, I'm so thankful for KIPP giving me those extra resources that I needed in order to fulfill this career path I am taking. So thank you so much to KIPP and to KTC. I know that once I receive my degree, I would have so many opportunities in my professional and in my personal life waiting for me to tag and to enjoy, and I can't wait to become a teacher. And thank you to all the support from KTC and KIPP. Thank you. Have a nice day.